Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pod but Make It Fashion. My name is Dennis.
And my name is Sander. And it's a special episode again. Woo! The reunion of Cycle 5 of America's Next Top Model. It's like we're watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. A reunion.
Yes.
Woo!
But in this reunion, little less drama.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about the drama, but the outcomes... but
good. Yeah.
We do have to say, I don't know, which episode is going to... Is the other one already online?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this reunion is what we wanted. So
Yeah,
they listened to us.
They listened to us and
listened
did
to
like
us very well.
Sander and Dennis didn't like the reunion. Let's
No.
do Cycle 5 reunion better. Yeah, this was like, it was all intertwined. Of course, all the girls know each other because it's all the girls from Cycle 5 sitting together on the couch. Well, I want to say talking to Tyra, but it's more Tyra talking to them, but okay. And it's not all over the place. It makes sense. They go from the start to the end and blah, blah, blah.
And it was also, it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like Tyra was like, oh, really? And we're going to go on next to them.
Exactly.
It was like there was time. I feel like every girl got a little bit something to say.
Almost every girl.
Who didn't?
Kyle had like 2 seconds.
True, but but to be fair, in the whole show, she'd sit.
True, but she came too far to not being mentioned. She was top 7.
Yeah, but why did she leave?
Yeah, no personality.
Because,
yeah. But and what I like to make it, I mean, this was on with better quality, so we saw their faces.
Yeah.
You can see this episode ANTM Circle 5 reunion on our I want to say on our podcast, on our YouTube account. Then you can watch that episode first and then listen to us talking about these bitches of Cycle 5.
Exactly.
So go watch
And,
now. Now we'll see you after that. Go.
But we start off with something I find really weird. The thing itself isn't weird because they want to explain why Nicole won. Tyra wants to explain why the judges chose Nicole. I would just say that CoverGirl picks, but that's all good.
That's really what it is, but okay.
But then they're like, this year or this season or this cycle or whatever, we were looking for a high fashion model. And I'm like, Nicole has the most commercial face. Like, it's maybe I'm wrong in this and I don't see the high fashion, but like, if I compare Nick and Nicole, I would say Nick is more high fashion.
I think I agree with you because when she said it, we were both
You
immediately
should.
like, no, and I'm like, huh? But.
And it's a big but.
No, it's not a big but. Yeah, maybe it is a big but. Then they showed a clip again about the final one, runway, and then you saw them how they were like dolled up in like, well, more high fashion clothing. Then you could tell that Nick, her appearance, she has slightly bigger boobs, a more sexy body. Her whole appearance body-wise is more
She's less
commercial.
petite.
Yeah, and then Nicole pulls off all those clothes because she has like a more blend. Yeah, blend sounds so mean. She's super beautiful. She's almost too beautiful to be a high fashion girl, but she works it.
Are you saying that all high fashion girls are ugly?
Yeah, but Nicole doesn't have anything like off. Everything is pretty.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree with you, but I also think like Nick's face is more high fashion, but her body is more commercial.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think there were
I get what you're saying, and I kind of agree.
But
actually.
were there really very high fashion girls this season?
Lisa? No, I'm kidding.
Drunk fashion, but okay.
No. Were there any high fashion? Not really.
Not really, right? There were not really like a girl like, ooh, that's like high fashion.
To be fair, they never really have high fashion. Ooh, no.
Yeah, they have some. Shandy looked high fashion to me.
No. Season 1 or 2. Season 1, she had like a Tinkerbell face.
Elise.
Yes.
Yeah, she was high fashion.
She was very high fashion.
And a bit quirky and
Yes.
weird. Yeah.
And season 2, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, they had some girls who were a bit more, I don't know. Well, Joanna was also very beautiful, but she pulled off the high fashion beauty shots.
Yeah, just her face.
Yeah. And what is high fashion? I mean, we also now look at it in 2025, while this show was more than 20 years ago. So, what is But yeah, the explanation was a bit weird because Nicole would never be like the high fashion girl, right?
I don't think so. Well, and maybe we're both wrong.
But in the show, I always find her a bit like meh, and here as well. But she pulls it kind of off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we were of course big Nick stands, so
That is very true.
Yeah.
So, and then after they've explained why Nicole was chosen as the winner,
The high fashion winner.
of course, we go into Sarah and
Yeah.
the runway falling.
Poor Sarah. They start with a
Yeah.
compilation. They start like, let's have a look at the fun times in Cycle 5. And they start with a compilation of all the girls. And then it ends with Sarah falling like 20
Yeah.
times. I'm like, oh, poor Sarah. You're 18 years old. We talked about this before. You've been exploited. But to be fair, you did it yourself. But I felt a bit bad for her. But that's also because I have a bit of a soft spot for her. Like this young girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they get back to her later. We come back to her later with her other thing, but they first talk about her falling. Like, and then Tyra's like, yeah, when you think you're falling, you will fall. And then Sarah said a good point. Yeah, but every time I went on the runway, all the interviewers said, "Are you scared of going to fall?" So I'm like, you actually told her off.
True
That's
that,
true.
true
They did
that.
it. They did it to her.
Yeah. 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 And after the runway falling, we go into Kim with the runway because Jayla apparently said that she was fat. And I do have to say, Jayla, you defended yourself very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Jayla here. I liked Jayla a lot here.
Very smart. Well, I don't know if it was smart or like, I don't know what it was, but
To be fair, Kim had weird proportions in her hips. So even if she would have
but that-
said it, she would have been right.
true. But yeah.
Oh, does that mean? This
But
fat
it was,
shaming.
I don't know, but it was also like a little bit when she was like, she gave a face and then they all interpreted the face in a certain way.
Yeah,
And
she
to be
said
fair-
more like, girl, are you serious? That was her
Yeah.
face, yeah.
Well, that's how she explained it.
Yeah, which can make sense, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to. Maybe she's very smart.
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Yeah, yeah, I like her. I actually kind of like her, yeah.
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 Yeah. But then we come back to Sarah.
No, first we go to Ashley, the first eliminated, and we see her
Oh,
fiance.
yeah, her fiance.
But that was it.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, you. Here.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that in the first episode of Cycle 5, you called Ashley the prettiest girl of all of them. I still remember that because I was like, Dennis, she will be out next episode,
She
but
is
I won't
very
tell
pretty.
you. She's very pretty. She looked prettier with the blonde hair, in my opinion, but okay.
I can't remember.
I know you can't.
I couldn't even remember her from the reunion, so I was like, who that? Who that?
Yeah. But
Well-
now, back to Sarah.
And Kim.
Ooh. Yeah, they talk about Sarah being confused, and what I did like, because Sarah was a bit like, and then Kim said, I'll take it from here. And what I liked
Yeah.
about Kim is like, I think there's a whole plethora of places where you can be in the spectrum. Like, yeah, you can be everywhere in the spectrum. And I don't think that Sarah should have to explain herself. That was a good point.
No, I don't think she said like she
She
should
said
explain
something
it, but-
like that.
But it was more of like Kim was, and I also like the explanation of like there's a spectrum, and you don't have to be boxed in a certain way.
Yeah.
So when people say Sarah was experimenting or whatever, well, she's just doing her thing.
And people shouldn't be putting a label on it.
Yeah,
That's something like that she
exactly.
said. But I feel like Tyra didn't really get it because she didn't give Sarah or Kim any chance to not defend. It feels like there's not an attack.
Yeah.
But it was again like, are we really? Let's take it to the next level. And Kim tried that, but Tyra brushed it off the table immediately. There was
Yeah.
no conversation. It was only like, "What's your girlfriend thinking? What's your boyfriend thinking?" I'm like, it's so, so superficial.
But I think Kim handled herself really well.
I think so too.
And I really like the explanation. So here, Kim. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, but both of them were not able to really talk. But you can tell that Kim knows what she thinks about this, and that she is also. It was more a thing for Sarah than for Kim. I think Sarah's really like,
Yeah.
whoa, what did I do with Kim? Whoa, am I really bisexual or something like that? And Kim was more like, oh, she was a hot girl and I enjoyed myself. And I was, and she was, apparently she also said something about like, I can kiss with someone else. That's my girlfriend is okay with that. I don't think Kim had feelings for Sarah. I do think Sarah has feelings for Kim.
We never know. We will never know. But I agree. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Girls and kissing. I remember from college, in my class, I was in class with 10 other girls, and there was a period where they just liked kissing each other.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very random. I never really got it.
True. I had the same. That's true. But do they do it for themselves? Do they do it for
I
other
don't
people?
know. I don't know.
This was clear that Sarah was really doing it for herself to
Yeah.
experiment. She didn't do it to attract attention.
No.
I think she was like, fuck, why is it happening to me here on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, well. If someone cares to explain how this works, please do.
Yeah. But it was a cute segment. They liked each other.
And then cut to the next part.
Oh, nice. Nice transition. To what part?
Oh no, now you have to take it over. Ruined.
The
Bam.
1 inch of Cassandra, you mean? We cut to her.
It sounds like she has a 1 inch.
The 1 inch.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, cutting to the next part, Cassandra's hair. Because it had to be cut. And I have to say, Cassandra, you did not come off well in this reunion, in my opinion. You actually made it worse. Way, 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 way worse. Because in the way you said, like, yeah, they wanted to change me and blah, 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 and this is not who I am, yada, yada. Honey, in the pageant world, you have to present yourself. You have a personality, you have to present that. And I get it, where you're coming from. You want to present yourself as yourself. As a model, you're a walking mannequin. You don't have personality. In this show, you do have to have personality because that's what they ask. But you're a mannequin, or you're showing off pictures in a model or whatever. So it's about your features, and there's no extra with it. So if they're trying to change something, you won't change. They're just giving you a different look in certain ways, but it doesn't have to change your personality. So, and also with the fact that you said I'm easy to work with and yada 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 yada. Yeah, in my opinion, you didn't come off better in the way you explained it and everything.
I understand where you come from. I actually felt exactly the opposite, actually, but
Yeah,
I do
I
understand
know.
where you come from. But I had the feeling.
I know.
But I had the feeling that she tried to explain it the way you say it now, but that Tyra didn't give her any chance, because the moment she said, like, in the pageant world, it's different what they want to change. It's more superficial, and I think she even said it, like, that's more like how I do my hair, but not how I have to do my styling. And the moment she starts talking about pageant, Tyra is immediately feeling attacked, like, yeah, but in the pageant world, it's even worse. And there was no chance for Cassandra to... She was digging her own hole. She was digging it herself. But, I mean, she didn't get any chance to explain herself. Tyra was feeling offended immediately.
No,
that's my feeling.
I don't agree with that, because I think, like, she was trying to defend herself, but she was doing it poorly. And then Tyra was like, girl. She was kind of calling her out of, like, that's not really the case. So I would react the same way as Tyra, because I also felt like, for me, it feels like in the pageant world, you do present yourself in a certain way, and it makes sense with everything that she's saying. But you can't really say, like, you in the pageant world that it's kind of like the same as, because she kind of presented it as like, in a pageant world, it's not that way. They will change stuff, but they will never change this, and that. Whereas, like, in a pageant world, you do have to present yourself in a certain way. Only it's more that it's. You present you with what you stand for or what you want to bring out or whatever done.
Yeah.
And I feel like with modeling, that changes every 5 seconds, because every time there's a new shoot, there's a new runway, there's new something else. So
yeah, but I got the feeling for Cassandra that she was saying, like, she was saying, like, the things they want me to change in the pageant world are more compatible with how I am. And for example, in America's Next Top Model, they told her, like, now your new style will be mod, and you have to find clothes for a challenge in mod. And this is how you will dress to the judging. So she was like, what the fuck is mod? And then I understand that she's like, I don't dress mod. I am not mod. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's what you try to explain. And you're right, of course. Like, it's if it's in every shoot something else, you should be a mannequin. You should be able to pull it off. But they were going for, like, this is your new style. And she was a bit like, but I'm not that. So yeah, but fuck yourself.
Yeah, but then in that way, first of all, I'm also like, well, you could be mod, you can be anything else, like, that's fine. Also, with being said, like, you're now mod, probably in an hour, they will ask you to be something different, to be fair. But also, if you say, I'm easy to work with.
She should not have said that. That's
the whole fact. Yeah. And I feel like and that's maybe the pageant thing coming out. She wants to present herself in a certain way.
Yeah, you're right in that.
And then I'm like, that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
That's not really how it works.
They do wanted this reaction from her. Because I don't think, if she maybe wouldn't have said that she was easy to work with, maybe they wouldn't have cut all her hair off. Maybe they wanted to be like, let's find out. And otherwise she will go home. But she is the first to go home, and they wanted that.
But I do get, like, the haircut they wanted for her, because I did think it brought out her face really well.
She is beautiful. She could pull it off. I wish that she would have gone further with it, because it looked a bit weird now when they cut it. If she would have gone even more with the Mia Farrow look, I think she could have pulled it off, because she has a beautiful face. Yeah, it's actually kind of voice, because I remember she had some good photos. I mean, she only had like 2, but they were both good.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But she's maybe too, she's too pageanty for it. But yeah, I had a different feelings, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, no, to me it was like, Cassandra, you tried, but just accept the fact you wanted to be pageant, you want to present yourself in a certain way.
Yeah.
totally fine. Like, go for it. But for next top model,
Yeah, she is a pageant. But thank God she knows it herself now as well. I was not at the right place. This is not for me.
Yeah.
Good on
Kudos. And then we get into two little girls who had a little bit of a issue with each
Yes.
other.
My favorite versus my least favorite this season. Well, not my favorite.
Is Lisa your favorite?
No, Lisa was my... Corinne was one of my favorites. And Lisa... Oh my God, Lisa. They are okay with each other now. Whew, thank God. I was worried about that. I don't think Corinne gives one shit fuck ass about her. No. So she says, I'm fine with her, but I don't give a shit.
It's also for television, I feel.
Yeah, but she was talking about drinking wine now, Lisa. And did you know in what show she got a few years later? Because because of the show, she was a little bit of a celebrity. A little bit, because of course she was one of the ones you remember.
Yeah.
She was on Celebrity Rehab a few years later.
No.
So all this shit about talking like, I don't need my wine, but I just enjoy my wine. Yeah, no good signs there, Lisa. No good signs there.
No. But in the end, she just wanted what was best for the girls.
Yeah, what a bullshit was that? Who buys that? She doesn't even buy it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it to help the girls. And Tyra was also like, your competition? And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Yeah.
Tyra was well on this episode. She was on it.
She should have done every season a reunion like this. It would have been good, yeah.
It was very nice.
And they were talking about Lisa's antics in the house. And then Brie was... She's lost her mind.
Yeah,
it got tiring real quick.
Yeah, Brie was also Brie during this episode was a nice little like one-liner shooting in between. Sometimes beautiful.
She knows what the audience wants to hear.
Yeah, but it's also the way she brings it. It's very like, it's very mellow, but like it works. It just works.
Maybe she's my favorite, Brie.
What isn't she?
Well, no, Nick was always my favorite model-wise.
Yeah.
And then I was also having a soft spot for Corinne. Because I was like, oh, Corinne, she's so cool. But Brie, she's actually the fun one, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one-liners are from Brie.
And, okay, so we have mellow one-liners. But then who was the missing personality?
Well, actually two. I don't know which one you mean.
Diane.
Yeah, Diane. Yeah, I was like, Diane or Kyle? Yeah. Ah, you mean more like missing personality? Like,
because
where's Miss Boo Boo? Blah, blah, blah.
Tyra asked Diane, she's like, you were this Miss Personality, and then we start the show, and you're like gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, to be fair, but she explains it really nice. She was like, yeah, well, you're gone from your people who you normally know. You're gone from your own situation that you know, and all of a sudden you're with new people, and like, yeah, it's a little bit different, and you're like, yeah, I get it.
And she also said, I took this contest. I took this competition very serious. I didn't want to be like, hey, I wanted to be at the photo shoot and commit to it. I was like, that's good.
But it's a TV show.
Yeah, so you're out. But the funny thing is, Tyra asked like, do you think a plus size model can win? And she said like, before I came on the show, I would have said yes. Now I say no. I'm like, that's an honest answer.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, she says like, I don't think it can. And then Tyra says like, no, of course you can. You have to be fiercer than the rest, blah, blah, blah.
Did a plus size ever won?
Yes.
Oh.
But it is, if we get to that season, it is very clear. I think you all know, guys, who I'm going to talk about. It's very clear that she only won because she was plus size.
Oh.
She was not the best.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. And then we get to, from plus, we get to, yeah.
Secrets?
Secrets?
You tried to make a nice...
Yeah, I was like, I'm on a roll, but no.
From plus to size?
I couldn't find it.
Nick versus Jayla and their secrets?
Or is it Jayla versus Nick?
Yeah, I think it's more Jayla versus Nick. It was Jayla versus everyone. Yeah.
But Jayla got out of it really well. And also what I loved in this situation, Tyra kind of stood up for Jayla.
Yeah, because by talking about herself. But
True. In my situation,
with Tina Turner, it was a Tina Turner music video, right, or not?
Yes,
like name dropping all the time.
But it was. We're talking about the fact that Jayla stole a line of Nick when she was like, "And my biggest secret, I sleep with a nightlight on." Which was all a big thing. But to be fair, I was also like, Nick, you could have just said the line and it would have been fine. Like, why does it have to be a big thing?
You can both have the same secret, right? Yeah.
That to me was already weird, but I think I also said that in the episode when that was when it was on that episode. But I think, yeah.
But first question about this: do you really think that Jayla really did it on purpose, or do you think that she wanted to get underneath Nick's skin and that she managed to do that?
No.
Or do you think she was more like, oh, good secret, I'm going to take it as well?
I think Jayla's a very smart girl. She's like, oh, that works. I'm scared of that
Yeah,
too. Let's
but
go.
not to get underneath Nick's skin.
No.
Just because she liked her secret was like,
No.
oh, I can use that. Yeah.
Because also
Not with a mean vibe.
No, and also with the like, I hate you, I'm a bitch. I think she meant that at the time, but I think she also maybe later on was like, oh, that wasn't very smart, or maybe that was really, I was emotional in the moment.
Because she did apologize to Nick already in London. Like,
Yeah.
you will see shitty things I've said about you. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Which
Yeah.
makes her, Jayla, actually kind of likable.
Yeah.
I mean, she
was
really,
more likable in this reunion
Yeah.
on the show.
She didn't really come out of her shell in the show, or at least I didn't show it. Here she was like, okay. And apparently she has an interview like 2-3 years ago. And I didn't really see it. I'm sorry, guys, but she was actually kind of likable there, I hear from everyone. So I must check it out, because now I understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, the biggest thing from the whole season, Granola Gate.
Granola Gate.
Yeah, it was actually kind of boring. There was no answer.
We were hoping for an answer. I got someone on Instagram sent me a message. I'm going to look it up about Granola Gate.
Oh.
And it was according to Jayla in her interview from a few years ago.
Okay.
A PA, I think personal assistant, listen, I'm going to quote it. A PA went out to buy the groceries for the girls. She assumed that Brie didn't pay for the granola bars, which she did which she did. So she took 2 granola bars out of the box and gave them to Lisa, who was previously eliminated and living in another hotel room in another area.
Yeah.
Lisa didn't ask her for them. She just assumed Lisa would like them. Then the opened box was placed on the mantle in the hotel room while the girls were asleep. Then Brie wakes up and sees her box of granola bars already opened and missing, and then the drama begins.
Oh.
If this is the really the true deal, then it means that a PA didn't do it with a
Purpose?
it didn't do it on purpose, but just helped out Lisa, who didn't ask for it. But she was like, okay, thanks. And then Brie, assuming that she would get all the granola bars, was like, who the fuck did it? And blamed Nicole. Who actually, then, if you really know that Nicole didn't do it, handled it quite well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
her Red Bulls were stolen
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. But also what's then also weird is that Tyra was like, well, someone's lying.
Yeah. And
Well, to be fair,
can you
Lisa-
imagine that personal assistant will be like, fuck, Lisa should have told now.
Yeah.
Or maybe she doesn't know this
No,
goes.
because she could. No, Lisa couldn't have said that, because then she would have said that she was in London, and she couldn't
Yeah, they're
have
not
said
allowed
that.
to say that they stay there,
Yeah.
of course. Or maybe
Yeah.
Lisa didn't even link those boxes because she just get a granola bar, not
True.
And maybe
true.
she doesn't know in what we. Yeah, I wouldn't also not have said it if I would have been Lisa, because it's also not her fault.
Yeah,
and then
but-
you also put that personal
Yeah.
girl in the shit.
Yeah, but also to be fair, like we will never know how it really went on, because
Maybe this is not even
I
true.
was gonna say even this story might not be true. We never know.
Because
So
how does Jayla know this now? Yeah.
if you're like good journalists, always have 2 verified sources. So we have one.
We have one, Jayla. Yeah. So PA, come to our sources and let us know.
Yeah,
But it sounds like something that could have happened.
it could have happened,
Yeah.
but you never know. So
Because it makes sense that someone else buys their groceries and just gives them to them, instead
Yeah.
of that they have to go to the shop themselves to buy something.
very true. And then something else we don't know. Is there something else you want to talk about still?
Well, then Nicole can fly to Paris for 6 days and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. No, which I find very funny at the end is that Tyra's like, well, girls, thanks for coming here. I enjoyed you. And then she said something which is very unhinged. No, not unhinged, but the sentences don't really match. It's like, I chose all of you for the show myself.
Oh, yeah.
Which means you will all have modeling careers.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So because you chose them, they will have careers. Tyra, come on, this is even for your standards, this is too much fool of
and
yourself.
it's up to you to make it happen.
And
Oh
then it
my
starts,
God.
yeah. But it was a bit like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You can say like, I chose all of you, which means you have modeling potential. Okay. But I chose all of you, which will mean you have a career. Okay.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's make
Let's
it happen.
go. Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Thanks, Tyra, because not
Yeah.
all of them had actually none of them, but most of them didn't really have like a big modeling career. So
Aw. Oh well. But what we also don't know is when, because now season 5 is finished.
yes, well, I'm not happy that it's finished, but
Yeah, but it's nice that we have closure.
Yeah.
But what we don't know yet is when season 6, when we will record and everything.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes out. Keep your keep your
eyes on our Instagram
keep your eyes on our Instagram
or on your podcast that you're following
or
on the
whatever.
platform.
And who knows when you'll see us again. It won't take a year. It won't take a year.
We will be quicker now.
Yeah, let's hope. Well, we'll see. We won't make any promises, but we'll be back. We'll be back. We can't promise that. We'll be back. But when, we cannot promise. Okay?
All right. Bye-bye. If you enjoy listening to us, you can follow us on Instagram at Part What Make It Fashion. We have a website, and how you get there, you can see that in our Instagram bio. And if you really, really enjoy listening to us, we would love for you to give us a 5-star review. You can even get in contact with us by sending us a message. And how to do that, you can see that in every description of every episode on all podcast platforms. Thank you.